On my downtime, I generally have a little sit down and I draw. I find things that interest me, spark an interest, and I draw it.
That's how one NCO in the Strike Brigade relaxes. Drawing has been an interest of Sergeant Sabo's for years.
I would say the first time I actually drew something that was actually worth anything was probably when I was about 10, 11 years old.
Drawing everything from cartoons to military vehicles takes a lot of practice.
That stuff takes me anywhere from 2 hours to, I've taken as long as about 2 days to actually get one drawn and colored. So a lot of detail goes into those drawings.
Sergeant Sabo has even drawn pictures of some of his co-workers.
When I saw this picture the first time, I saw like the beginning part, the rough draft. And when I finally saw the final product, when you guys showed me, I was blown away. I totally just, it was awesome. It was great. I think it's truly a gift.
With all his talents, Sergeant Sabo accepts no money for his work.
Doing it for money would just completely take all the fun away from it, and then it turns it into a job. And when it turns into a job, then it's no longer fun. So I keep it fun. If somebody has a request, they ask for something, I do the best that I could do to help them out, but I don't accept any money for it.
For 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division Public Affairs, I'm Sergeant Mike Monroe.
Great story, Monroe. And Sergeant Sabo, you're awesome. Keep those sketches coming, and thanks for making Strike illustrated. Now, recently we had a guest come by to see how the Strike soldiers are doing things down here in Kandahar. Specialist Sean Denham explains.
Modern technology contributes to success on the battlefield. Every piece of equipment is designed to work together as an integrated system. Command Sergeant Major Bernard McPherson, the Sergeant Major of the Program Executive Office Soldier at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, visited Combined Task Force Strike at Forward Operating Base Wilson, February 17th. McPherson was briefed on Strike's area of operation and the use of technology on the battlefield. The PEO Soldier is a unit that works to ensure the Army's equipment works as an integrated system, benefiting soldiers in combat zones. This concept includes every piece of gear a soldier is issued, and as the Army's requirements change, the PEO Soldier works to meet those needs. While visiting FOB Wilson, McPherson asked soldiers about their experiences with their equipment to get feedback on its effectiveness in combat. Combat engineers with 595th Engineer Company demonstrated metal detectors used to find hidden explosives. Staff Sergeant Patrick Smith, an engineer with the company, said, "These mine detectors are very sensitive. We can sweep an area on patrol and find pressure plates hidden as we move." The engineers also presented McPherson with a display of the anti-personnel obstacle breaching system, used to clear areas of hidden explosives. The APOBS launches a rocket carrying a series of small explosives behind it. When the explosives detonate, they trigger nearby hidden bombs to explode as well, giving soldiers freedom of movement through the area. McPherson also attended an exhibition of military working dogs, trained to locate bombs using their sense of smell. Staff Sergeant Hardinio Abdon, a kennel master with the 92nd Military Police Company, said, "These dogs are a great asset. They help save lives on the battlefield." McPherson saw the techniques, equipment, and tactics CTF Strike uses during its deployment to Afghanistan and where advances in technology may lead. Strike.
Nice montage, Denham. And of course, Command Sergeant Major McPherson left the Strike AO impressed. Forget about it. Now, the stories coming from the Strike Brigade are pretty remarkable. They're filled with integrity and a sense of duty, and they must be heard. Here's the way you, the viewer, could see them all. Check this out. The Strike Brigade is made up of high-speed soldiers with high-speed stories, and you gotta check them all out. For starters, if you're not a part of the Brigade's Facebook page yet, you gotta get on board. Here you'll find tons of Strike pictures, Strike video, Strike comments, Strike conversations, and look at that. You can even watch the latest Strike Zone Afghanistan. Forget about it. And for you family members and loved ones back home, It's a great way to stay up to date with the unit's events. To become a part of it, log into your Facebook and in the search box type in 2nd Brigade Strike. That's 2ND Brigade Strike. And then when you see the unit's crest, click on it and then click like. Easier than pie, whatever that friggin' means. Also, read up on the weekly history of the Strike Brigade with Strike Honors. Here you'll read about the ones who paved the way for today's strike soldiers, from the Second World War to Vietnam, the Middle East, and everything in between. Make sure you read up on your strike history. Look for it at your base, on the strike portal, and on the Brigade Facebook page. And you gotta look for your copy of the Brigade's magazine, The Heartbeat, which is a monthly publication that is cover-to-cover strike. You're gonna love this thing. In it, you'll find the strike pictures and strike stories of your strike soldiers, useful information, and even words from Strike 6 himself. Absolutely, sir. You can soon find it at your base, on the strike portal, and on the Brigade's Facebook page. Get your copy today. In Hauser-Medad, Combined Task Force Strike doesn't just fight the insurgents with weapons and bullets. They also use a very effective, non-lethal tactic. Sergeant Mike Monroe will tell you.
With a literacy rate of under 12%, Afghanistan is in great need of education. The soldiers of Strike Force have helped move the Zari district towards that goal.
It's very important. I think it shows around our lines of effort, just how one of the things we want to do in here. I think it's a lot about just getting rid of the Taliban and securing the Afghan people, which we're doing, just like Highway 1. I think here we've got the mosque refurbishment kit. The mosque here in Hauser-Medad is refurbished, and now we've done the school. So it shows just the great work that we're doing in here, also for the people.
The reopening of the school was a goal of the Strike Force and their partners from the start of their deployment.
It's huge. It's a huge thing. It's a huge plus for the unit. You know, it's a great accomplishment from us, from our ANA partner forces, and from our ANCOP partner forces. We couldn't do it without them.
For 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division Public Affairs, I'm Sergeant Mike Monroe.
Strike Force, the education problem down here in Kandahar has really hurt the locals, and I'm glad to see we're doing something about that. Here's some more "Hey, how you doings" from the Strike soldiers.
Hi, Mom and Dad and Kristen, all my family. It's good to see you. Be seeing you soon. Everything's going well here. Also say hello to all my friends and stuff that are in Boynton Beach, Florida, and New York, and all over the country.
The families back home have been waiting and counting the days for their loved ones to return. And here to help us out with the reintegration process is Chaplain Joel Kelly.
Hi, I'm Chaplain Joel Kelly. I'm the 1st Strike Chaplain here at Kandahar with Delta Company. And today I want to talk about kids and reunion. Going home and seeing family and kids it's an emotional, significant event for your kids, and they have a lot of expectations. They have their own thoughts and emotions, and sometimes it's easy for us as parents to forget that our kids, they have their own thoughts, their emotions, their own feelings, and about dad and mom coming home, and this event is also significant for them as well. Here's some things to keep in mind. If you have a child and the age is between 1 and a brand new newborn, just keep in mind that child that does not really know mom and dad just yet, and that's okay. It may take a couple of days or so for the child to warm up. They may be a little fussy at first, but that's okay. That's a normal part of coming home and having a newborn and having a parent that doesn't really know that newborn just yet. If you have a child between the ages of, let's just say, 1 and 4, they're going to have a whole list of emotions that they're going to feel. They might feel a little scared. They might feel a little bit insecure. They might feel guilty. They might feel a lot of things. But between that age, here's a good thing to think about as your loved one comes home. If you, as a parent who's at Fort Campbell now, is loving and affectionate and very nice and friendly to the parent coming home, the child will also naturally be very affectionate too. It may take a few hours, but if you're the spouse is very affectionate, the child will do the same thing. Keep in mind that you as a parent back at Fort Campbell has been the security for your child. provided, you've put them to bed, you've been their whole entire world. So if you're affectionate and you're very warm and embracing to your spouse, your child will do the same thing very quickly.